All right, be a coach, leadership. So everything that we have covered, this is the last module. All right, this is the last lecture, and everything that we've covered across the previous 29 lectures is going to help you plan, deliver, be interesting, be varied. But if you're not doing the things in this, you're just missing out on being the best coach possible or being a world-class coach. This is the essentials. These are some of the things that you definitely need and you should always have, along with everything else we've covered. And the funny thing is about coaching is that all of what I've covered in the class, in these lectures, these 29, 30 lectures, is going to make you a better coach. And knowing what to use at different moments of time, and all of these happen all the time in a 1 hour class. So knowing what to say, knowing what to do, knowing how to speak to someone, knowing when to push, when to pull back, knowing what drills to use, what type of communication style, what learning style, what teaching style, when to give people time to practice, when to be commanding, when to be pushy, when to be motivational, when to be inspirational. All of that stuff comes down to you being a coach. All right, so let's get into some of these things. All right, so know your athletes' names. Like, if you don't know your athletes' names, oh my God, the amount of gyms I walked into where people didn't even ask me my name and they never mentioned my name once in the class. Oh, it's so powerful. Being demanding, like, you have to demand standards. Like, CrossFit is built on standards. No matter whether you are an 80-year-old granny, grandfather, or whether you're a 9-year-old kid, like, anything in between, there's standards and you got to demand the standards, right? Demand positions, demand range of motion. Be assertive. You've got to take control. You've got to make sure that your people are safe. Safety, efficacy, efficiency. Like, be assertive on these things. Be assertive on mechanics, consistency, and intensity. Be assertive on threshold training. Like, everything that you've, like, most people who've got this course and are doing this course have done a level 1 or a level 2, maybe even a level 3 or level 4. But you got to be assertive with all the things that you're learning. All right, you got to be demanding of all the things that you're pushing. Show empathy. Like, if you don't show empathy, you're losing. Like, you're gonna cut off so many people in your class because people need empathy. And you got to fill their hearts. People want to know that you care about them. All right, so let's get into these things. Know your athletes' names. A person's name is the most important word in the world to that person. So use it. Here, put your heels down. Can you lock out your elbows? Lean over a bit more there. The first thing about it is that you'll get their attention. They'll know that you're talking to them, but then they'll also feel special and they'll have a much nicer experience. Hey Christy, put your heels down. Hey Christy, can you lock out your elbow? Hey Christy, just lean over a little bit more. Learn your athletes' names and use them as often as possible. And hit follow for more coaching tips like this. Yep, learn your athletes' names. It's so basic, but it's just not. It's just missed. Like, I don't understand how people miss it, right? But there's a reason that this is here, is because if you have aspirations to become a level 4 coach, the level 4 assessment currently, as I speak to you right now, is you will coach 2 classes in a gym that you have never been to before with athletes you don't know. All right, so they will have name tags on, but you have to know their names because you can't coach without knowing people's names. You just have to, right? So that's why it's here. It's like, get used to knowing your athletes' names, get used to learning names, get used to figuring out how do I best remember names. And then once you get into that practice of it, then you can, when you go to your L4, if you go to your L4, you'll be able to remember the names that are in front of you. Sorry, excuse me. So when someone uses your name, we know they know. When someone uses our name, we know they know us. If they don't use our name, they're like, they don't know us. Like, girl, man, boy, lady, like Mrs., Mr. Give them their name, use their name. We feel special, recognised, and we feel like we belong when people use our names. All right, it helps us build a deeper connection with them, especially if you ask them, what do your friends call you? Like, my name is Christopher. I don't like when people call me Chris. So if somebody said to me, here, do you go by Christopher? What way do people talk to you? And I'm like, no, it's Christopher. And they're like, okay, cool, I'll call you Christopher from now on. Like, that just, for me, that's huge. When somebody asks me what way I want to be asked, what name I want to be called, and when they actually call me by the name I want to be called, I just have a greater respect for them. I have a greater connection with them, and I just feel better. So don't underestimate the power of it. Don't shorten people's names without their permission. Don't give them a nickname until you get used to them really, really well, and then just tell them that you're going to call them something. See if they're okay with it. If they're not, then don't do it. All right? It's easier to coach them when you know their name, like in the video. Like, just calling out random cues to random people is not going to help. You need to get use their name. All right, so here's some strategies for remembering names. Write them down on the whiteboard. So old school CrossFit, we used to write the names up on the whiteboard as people walk into class. I know some gyms still do it, but you can use it as a tool to remember names. Personally, I learn best by writing things down. So if I write someone's name on a whiteboard, I'm going to remember it. All right, repeat it back to them. So if they say, hey, my name's Christopher. Hey, Christopher, how's it going? Nice to meet you, Christopher. It's like, say it back to them. If you don't say it back to them, it's just harder to remember, you know. Relate their name to something that they're wearing. So if you're looking at somebody, like you see in that image there, I got a pair of sunglasses on, right? You can say, all right, well, Christopher's the guy with the sunglasses. Or Christopher's the guy with the CrossFit top on. Or Christopher's the guy who, I don't know, I'm trying to think about something that doesn't slag myself, but it's still going to be something that I need to remember, right? So you can use anything you want. Christopher's the guy in the Nike trainers. Christopher is the guy in the Reebok Nanos. Christopher's the guy in the running shoes. I'm going to have to tell not to wear running shoes anymore because they're useless. It's like remembering something that they're wearing can help you remember their name. This is the best one for me. Think of somebody else you know with the same name. So as soon as they say, hey, my name is Mary, you're like, Mary, I have an auntie called Mary. Hey, Mary. Okay, now I'm remembering my auntie's name, picturing my auntie with that person. So now when I see that person, I'm going to picture my auntie and I'm going to remember the name. You'd be surprised, right? So these are just little things that you can do to try and remember people's names, just to make sure you use them more, because it's just huge. It's so big when you use people's names. Use people's names all the time, every time you're queuing. Always greet them by name. Like, I think I can go on to the next one, do we? Yeah, I do. Okay. Know your athletes' names. You should have at least 5 interactions with every athlete in your class when they arrive, during the general warm, specific warm, during the WOD, before they leave. That's minimum. This is the bare minimum, and the more interactions you can rack up, the better the experience for everybody. Think of it as an AMRAP. Every time somebody comes to the gym, you're going to have an AMRAP with them of many time you can interact with them before they leave. Okay? Some interaction examples. Say hello. Ask how they are. General conversation. How does that feel? Movement cues, motivation, praise. How was that? Good boys. Be aware of your interaction with each athlete next time you coach. So that's me asking you to be aware of the interaction you have with each athlete next time you coach them. Is there somebody in your class that comes in and you don't have any interaction with them? Or the only interaction you have is hello and goodbye? What about all that stuff in between? What about if you get somebody who comes into your class, you never say hello to them, you coach them and then say goodbye? That's not good. Like, always start with hello. All right. So this is just another video example. It doesn't cover exactly what's in this. Push your heels into the floor, Mary. Nice knee position, John. Well done. Sit a little lower, Mark. Yeah, there you go. Nice one. Nice high elbows, Christy. Good man. Always try to get to everyone in your class. Use their name, give them a cue, and tell them what's going well. And for more daily coaching tips, hit follow. Yeah, just a very simple example of using someone's names, giving people cues, never leaving anybody out. And I've got around to loads of different people there, right? So just try and be interactive. Try and talk to everybody in your class. Because you'll be surprised that people just don't do it. And if you're watching this and you're like, that's obvious. It's like, it's not obvious. That's why I'm saying it. And if you're the type of person that is like, ooh, I don't do that. All right, now's the time to change. Now's the time to start doing it. All right. Okay. Next one. Be demanding of standards. Always demand that athletes use their full range of motion. So demanding of standards is generally range of motion standards, isn't it? But it's also mechanical standards, mechanics, consistency, intensity. So it's making sure that people are doing the right movements, they're doing it to the best of their ability, and they're using everything they have. So be relentless and ask for it. So being relentless is one of the big things this, be a coach, this is level 4 stuff, like all over, this is level 4, right? So being relentless is if you are coaching something, then you ask for something, and then later on, 20 minutes later, if you walk past somebody and they're not doing what you've already asked them to do, you're going to fail the test. It's like, come back and then check and see if it's happening, and then ask for it again. For example, you are coaching high elbows in the front squat, right? And then you're like, somebody is down low and you're like, get a little bit higher, cool. You give them a tactile cue to get a little bit higher, good. Now that's the position I want you to fight for every time. 5 minutes later, they're down here, you walk by and not say anything. You've missed it. You missed the cue. That was it. It was there. So be relentless. Say it again. Get them back up. So you're demanding that they use the full range of motion. You're demanding that they use the mechanics that they've already covered. And you're demanding that they do what we've agreed they're going to do because you've asked them to get there. And you said, that's the position I want you in. Now let's try and find it. And they're like, yeah, cool, okay. And then, it's so much easier down here. I'm looking at it. All right. Be relentless. Ask for it. Demand it. State it. Go back and check it all the time. If you see something, don't let it slide. Always say it. Don't look at something and say, that's good enough for doing okay. No, ask for more, ask for more, ask for more. If they are so exhausted that they can't give you more, but they're trying, that's all, that's good. It doesn't have to improve every time you ask, all right? But you are there to demand it, great. Be consistent and fair. Don't demand off one and ignore another. So don't look at one person and say, squat deeper, while 10 other people in the room aren't going anywhere near depth just because you know that person. And it's like, here, why are you bullying me? Why are you harassing me? Why are you demanding it of me when you're not demanding it of everybody else? Be fair, be equal, be consistent. Demand the same off everybody in the room, and then nobody has any questions to ask. Nobody bats an eyelid. Everybody just knows there's standards to hold. We're going to hold the standards. All right. Demand more work from people. People will be lazy. People won't demand things. I cover that in the next few slides. Yeah. Okay. Yes, well done, Christy. Good man, nice work. Nice coach. Are you serious? That was not nice work. Try that again. Hey, Christy, where you going? What? Back on that pull-up bar. They weren't full reps.
No, but I'm tired. I can't pull any higher.
Yeah, then rest and wait until you're ready to go again. Don't just move on to the next movement.
Oh, coach, but then the workout's going to take me even longer.
Yeah, that's okay. Always full reps, Christy.
Yeah.
There you go. Like this, I don't know if that's supposed to end there. Oh, it is. This is not down to just competitive movement standards. It's about functional movements, range of motion. Like that guy there did that pull up, gave up too early and then walked off. It's like, we have all seen that and we've all turned a blind eye to it. If you're telling me you've seen that and not turned a blind eye to it at some point in your coaching career, you're lying. All right, because I've done it. I know I have, and I know I've not said something, and now that I don't do that anymore. If I see somebody, that's exactly what I do in that video. It's like, here, come here, back to the bar, because I've set the standard. I've set the standard in my classes, and they know what's expected of them, and they know that when they do something like that, then I'm going to call them on it. And I'm going to hold them accountable for using their full range of motion. I'm going to get the most out of them. And my athletes know that that's what I'm there for. I am there to get the most out of them and help them the best way I possibly can. Now, the other side of it is I got to be empathetic. There'll come a day where I'm just like, you know, it doesn't matter. It's absolutely fine. Let's just move on. But we have to be consistent and we have to be fair. We have to be like knowing all these things about our athletes, and our athletes know about us. Then the cycle continues, and then we can be a coach. All right. So be a firm, call it as it is, say it as you see it. Like, we all seen it, say it. Don't just turn a blind eye, or worse, encourage bad movement or half reps. Like, oh, well done, good man. He's like, oh, well, Daly, I didn't do a full rep, but you encouraged me anyway. Daly, nice one. Push your athletes for full range. It doesn't matter how hard they are working or how tired they are. What matters is that they hold the standard and you hold them to it. Don't be soft, firm up. Like, seriously, stop being soft. Like, firm up. Be a coach, demand standards. Like, demand it. Like, you're not demanding it to annoy them. You're doing it. You're demanding it because you want the best for them. You want them to use their full range of motion. You want them to struggle. You want them to find that point of, this is really hard. I'm not just going to have a fixed mindset, and when it gets hard, I'm going to work around it. I'm going to have a growth mindset. When it gets hard, I work harder. All right?
Dance to the flow, make it clap, make it move.
What do all these examples have in common? Not one of them has reached full range of motion for the required movement. So why aren't you saying anything? You're not the rep police by telling somebody to squat lower or stand up before they lower the bar or get their chin over the bar in a pull-up. Well, you could be seen as that if you don't tell your athletes the benefits, finding full range of motion, and that you care about their long-term development and health. So why not telling them that full range of motion is beneficial for muscle development, optimal joint function, injury prevention, and their functional performance outside the gym. Remember, if you don't use it, you lose it. Move at the full range of your joints to build more strength and be healthy. Don't be afraid to be demanding of your athletes and ask for more, especially if it's coming from the right place. They want you to help them. And don't be afraid to hit follow, because I can help you out with daily tips like this. And I'll also stop all the leaderboarders in the gym giving out about them behind their back for cheating.
Okay. So, previous lecture on educating and inspiring your athletes, but why it was thrown in there. But also demanding of standards, full range of motion. You're doing it for them. You want them to improve. It's all there. And it's like, you see every day in the affiliate or on social media, people not hitting full range of motion. And it's easy for others to judge without knowing the full story. We can see a video online of somebody not squatting to depth and like, oh, they're not even squatting to depth. It's like, but you don't know what that athlete's full depth is. But we got to make sure that every athlete is squatting to their full range of motion all the time. All right. I use squatting as an example because it's one of the easy things to say, right? And just movement in general, use your full range all the time, whatever you have. And then we got to demand that our athletes do that. If we demand it, then they use what they have so they can keep it. If you don't use it, you lose it, right? And then pushing into new ranges, develop more. So if they don't use the range of motion they have, they'll never develop more range of motion. So we don't want to lose that range of motion. We don't want it to regress. We want it to either stay where it is or progress. And we only do that by using the full range, by demanding standards, by demanding full function of the body. CrossFit, at the end of the day, is functional movement patterns, right? Functional movement patterns for a reason, so that we can move longer. We can move better for longer. And if we're not using it and we're not demanding our athletes to use the function of their bodies, for example, in a med ball clean, we do not need hip extension. But if we stop using hip extension in med ball clean, we'll stop using hip extension everywhere else. And then all of a sudden, we're bent over and can never extend our hips. It's there for a reason. It's there for a functional movement pattern. So demand it, coach it, ask for more, always focus on it. And like, don't let people get hung up on, like, I know I've mentioned this before in the performance point lecture, that the performance points are contradictory to points performance. And that's dependent on what the goals are. If somebody is literally just in it for a competition in the next 2 weeks, it's like, okay, cool, let's focus on performance. If they're looking for long-term development and health, then it's like, no, let's get hip function. Let's get hip function, let's get shoulder function, let's get knee function, ankle function, whatever it might be, so that you can move forever. That's what CrossFit is for, essentially. There's a sport as well, and we can coach both sides at the same time. Okay, next class you coach, demand more from your athletes' range of motion. Simple. Okay.
Are you ready?
What is he doing? Why is he squatting so high? Christy, squat lower. Here. No, lower. Lower, seriously? Yeah, you're about that much off depth. Here. Whoa, that feels so low. You could probably still squeeze out another few centimetres. Really, a few more centimetres? Coach, I had no idea I wasn't squatting low enough. Thanks so much for telling me. Like, I thought I was ass to grass, honestly. I'm going to follow you for more helpful coaching like that.
So one of the easy examples of this is, have you ever coached straight legs in kipping pull-ups or toes to bar or something like that, right? And you're like, all right, straighten your legs. And you're like, someone has bent legs. You're like, no, your legs are bent, straighten your legs. I'm like, no, my legs are straight. Like, no, I can see them, they're bent. Straighten them. No, they are straight. They feel straight, but they're not straight. You know, this is another example of, oh, well, I feel like I'm squatting below parallel. I feel like I'm squatting really low, but I'm not. Sometimes people just don't know that they're not using their full range. They feel like they are. You just need to tell them more. You need to demand it by telling them, no, here, look. And the best way to do this is to get a video on them and show them, because they won't believe you. It's like, here, look, you said your leg was straight. Here, look, there it is, completely bent. Like, oh my God, I thought my leg was straight. Or, oh my God, I thought I was squatting lower. Is that how I am squatting? Oh, jeez, I'm so embarrassed. It's like they need to see it. They need you to be their coach. Like, you are their coach. You're not somebody standing there. You're there to tell them and show them. Tell them and show them the way. So don't be afraid to say, here, come here, you're not squatting low enough. Squat lower. Demand more. Show them. Ask for it. All right? Not because they're lazy or don't want it, it's not because they didn't know. Be a coach and communicate. Be a coach and communicate. Like, talk to your people. If you can't talk to your people, you're not their coach. If you can't be honest with them, you're not their coach. Simple as. Okay. All right. Assertiveness. So we got passive, assertive, and aggressive. Okay. So we don't want to be passive because then people just walk all over us, do what they want, and never progress. We don't want to be aggressive because we'll just piss people off. They'll leave and not come back. We need to be assertive. All right. So I've mentioned it before about being assertive with injury and stuff. Like, you've got to be the one in the room, say, here, look, no, you're not doing that because I don't want you getting injured. Like, one thing that I will not take, and I don't know if I've mentioned this before in a previous lecture, is doing toes to bar with thumb over, with that monkey grip, false grip, whatever you want to call it. No, false grip is on the rings. With this overhand grip, right? Wrap your thumb. In my classes, you will not do toes to bar without wrapping your thumb. No, because I've seen too many people in this position, open hand, slip off the bar. What happens? They land on their arse, they land on their back, or they land on their wrist because they're trying to save themselves, and they break something and end up in hospital. I have seen it happen far too many times in my classes. I will not let it happen anymore. So I am very assertive when it comes to this. I'm nearly borderline aggressive, saying, I don't care who you are or what you do, you're not doing it. If you want to do toes to bar with your fingers over, don't come to my class. I will say that because I don't want people getting hurt in my class. And I tell them it, and it's from a point of view of not me being an arsehole. It's from a point of view of me not wanting you to get hurt. Simple as, right? All right, passive. Too scared to say what you think. You avoid eye contact. You speak softly or weakly. It reduces your own self-esteem. You make body smaller, makes your body smaller. Others needs put first. You put other people's needs before your own. You can't say no to others' requests or demands, and you aim to please. All right, aim to please is the biggest one for people being passive, is because they want everybody to like them. Like, as a coach, excuse me, people are like, if you care, you're going to be assertive. That's my opinion of it. Okay, so let's go to aggressive. Expresses self with an aggression and irritation, anger. Stares in a judgmental way. Speaks loudly, which is fine because you need to speak loudly anyway in a class, but not aggressively. Reduces other self-esteem. Closed posture, example, making body bigger. Own needs are put first. Says no in an aggressive and reactive way. Aims to win. So don't be aggressive in your coaching style. People will not follow somebody who's aggressive. Assertive. You express yourself clearly and confidently. You maintain eye contact. You speak firmly. You increase your own self-esteem. You're firm yet welcoming all the time. You put yourself and others' needs are taken into account all the time. And you can say no in a calm and direct way. And you aim to express needs. So straight away, most of that stuff I've covered across in all these lectures, and it's just all coming into this. Okay, how do I be assertive without being aggressive, without being passive? So passive is the walkover. Aggressive is the person who doesn't let anybody else do anything. It's my way or the highway kind of attitude. Whereas assertive is like, no, I have your concerns, your needs. I care about you. This is what it's going to be. I'm confident about it. I'm going to talk to you directly with eye contact. I'm going to speak firmly. I'm confident. I have high self-esteem. All of these things that just portray confidence and assertiveness, and yes, let's do it. All right, we're in it together. You're not like my way or highway. That's what I was saying about the toes to bar thing. That was like assertive on the edge of aggressive, because I'm like, no, it is my way or the highway. You know what I mean? But that's the only thing I'll be like that. With the rest of it, I'm assertive about things. Okay, you are the coach, you know what's best. Don't be responsible for somebody getting hurt or doing something they shouldn't. Change the reps and the workout to suit the people in front of you. You don't need to stick to the workout on the board. Give them what they need. So, for example, if you've got, like I did the stimulus, if you watch the scaling lecture, talked about the burpees and saying that the stimulus was they should be able to do 15 reps in 45 seconds or something like that. If there's somebody in the class who you know cannot do it, don't be afraid to change the workout for them. They don't have to do the same workout. Change the full workout. Change the rep scheme across the whole workout if it's going to help them feel better about themselves. So being assertive, you can also make it harder. Don't be afraid to have conversations. Like, it's all down to conversations and communication. Like, if you can't, as I said, if you can't have a conversation and communicate with your people, are you actually their coach? So build that relationship, build that trust, have the conversations, be assertive, demand standards, and everything should be great, and you'll be a flyer. Hey Christy, that's too heavy. Go grab a lighter dumbbell.
This is the lightest dumbbell there, coach.
Okay, here, try this instead.
Oh yeah, this is so much better. Thanks, coach. No problem. Keep following for more tips like this.
Okay. So the tip there is to be creative around how you can get people to modify movements, right? So you can clearly see that dumbbell was too heavy and the athlete was struggling through the workout. So you gotta step in and then, but there is no other dumbbells. Okay, well here's a different option. Grab a plate. A plate will do the job. Like if you think about somebody who's just started, they're really, really weak and you've got the lightest dumbbell in the gym, they can't dumbbell snatch it. What do? What about using a fractional plate, 1.25 kilo plate? Like they can probably snatch that. If they can't, grab a 5 kilo with two hands. You know, it's like there is different ways to do things. You just have to modify it a little bit to suit everybody. Don't have to do exactly what's written all the time. But you also have to be the person who can step in and have options. So step in, have options. Be creative, have solutions, preserve the movement stimulus as a priority. So we talked about that in the scaling lecture as well. Okay.
Hey Christy, you need to stop, man. You need to take weight off that bar. Oh, coach, seriously, I'm fine. I can do it. But I've already tried to coach you into it, and you aren't improving. You're sacrificing your technique for your intensity. On your hand, coach, don't worry. I think the load is just too heavy for you to hit your positions. You were nailing it in the warm-up. Let's strip back the weight a bit and find great positions again. Okay, you're probably right, coach. Thanks for looking out. If you want to see more ways on how to handle situations like this, make sure you drop me a follow.
Okay, so situations like that, I cover them in coaching for the workout and scaling. But you got to be assertive and you got to step in when you see it in front of you, because no matter what you do, somebody will always go heavier than they should, and you're going to have to deal with it at some point. So, like I said, communicate, conversations, talk to people, tell them. The better leader you are, the more respect they have for you, the better relationship you have with them, the easier these things are. So it's all like the very, very first lecture we did on leadership and in the whole course was on relationships. Like there's a reason that was the first one, because if you don't have a relationship with them, you're never going to be their coach. And this is why this is the last one, because you've got everything up until this point. And by the end of covering this whole course, all 30 lectures, you should be a coach, like a proper coach, like a proper coach. Okay. The athletes might be doing it, but it's the coach's responsibility to hold a higher standard in their class and of their athletes. If somebody is moving poorly, be a leader, stand up and don't accept it. It is on us coaches to set standards and hold the standard. CrossFit's charter for creating the most optimal balance of safety, efficacy and efficiency is mechanics, consistency, then only then intensity. Movement mechanics should be prioritized over intensity. End of. Simple. Be the coach, stand in, step up, hold the standard, don't let people away with shit. Okay. Understand your athletes, show empathy. So this is going back again, like what I was just mentioning, the very, very first lecture of building relationships. I talked about some of this stuff then, about talking to people and building it. And I hope between that first lecture and this 30th lecture, you have done a lot of that relationship building and understanding your people, and you're already doing a lot of this, which makes everything else easier. The better your relationships are, the so much easier it is to coach. Like it just comes down to it. All right, know them personally. Do you know anything about them? If you do and you know them personally, you'll know their mood. You'll know when they're having a good day. You'll know when they're having a bad day. You know when they're a little bit off. You know when they're quiet. You know when they're happy. You know. And if you know, you can coach. Know what they need today, not yesterday. If you don't know your people, you're not going to know what they need. All right? So you got to understand, what are their goals? What are they training for? And then when they're not in the best of mood, what do they need from you that day? Yesterday, it's not going to be the same as today. Today, it's not going to be the same as tomorrow. They're going to be different every single day. Don't assume that they're the same every day. Don't assume that just because they want to go hard most days doesn't mean they want to go hard all days. So don't be afraid to say, how are you doing today? Are you pushing hard today? Taking it easy today? How do you feel? How's the body? You ready to go? Like, have them conversations. Put your arm around them if they need it. So this is your empathy. It's like knowing and understanding that they're in a bad mood. Don't be afraid to put your arm around them and say, come here, I know there's something wrong with you today. I understand. I don't need to tell me much about it, but I'm here for you. And let's just get through the session and take some wins. All right. Ask, are you okay? Here, you don't seem yourself today. Everything all right? Do you want to talk about it? No? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, cool. I just want to know that what you need from me. I just need to know what you need from me today. All right. Ask, are they ready to attack? Some days they may be coming in and it's like you know the people in your class that come in and just like attack every workout. And like, ask them, are you attacking today? I'm like, yeah. All right, let's fucking do this then. Let's go. And then you can be the person they need. All right, push them outside their comfort zone. A lot of people will sit inside their comfort zone. If you know them, you can push them outside of it. If you don't know them, you can't. Simple as that. Tell them it's okay to fail. Like, pushing your people to failure and then them failing is the growth mindset. If they feel like it's not okay to fail, then they're stuck in that fixed mindset. We need to move them to the growth mindset. And we talked about that in Stage Presence. So if you haven't watched Stage Presence yet, you should go back and watch it. Know your audience. All classes shouldn't be coached the same, even with the same plan. So you build a generic class plan out of how you're going to cover the movements, how you're going to coach for the workout, and then how they're going to execute the workout. But aside from the plan, you still have individuals, and you still have to coach the individuals on what they need. So don't get stuck on a plan and be like, blah, 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 I got to do this, I got to do this. You got to understand the people in front of you as well, and you got to give the room what it needs. Turning a quiet room, controlling a loud group, all of them things fall into play here. And then understanding individuals' needs, watching out for everybody in your class. Don't be sucked into different people. Watch everybody. As a coach, you're always on. You're always switched on. This is why I like coaching back-to-back classes. 2 classes is maximum. 3 classes is not possible. 4 classes is ridiculous. You're not going to be able to pay attention to everybody. You're not going to be able to give everybody what they need. And that's what you should be doing if you want to be a top coach. So if you are coaching more than 2 classes back to back, you need to go to your boss. You need to go to the owner and you say, here, come here. I'm not giving my best. I'm not giving my athletes what they deserve or what they need or what I want to give. Can I coach 2 classes back to back max, or 1 on, 1 off, or something like that? Because you want to be the best coach you can. They want you to be the best coach you can. Talk to people about this. All right. Hey Christy, you okay, pal?
No, coach, had a mare of a day. Just not in the mood to talk to anybody. I just really want to get a workout done, clear my head and go home. No problem. Look, you take it at your own pace today. If you need anything from me, just let me know. Thanks, coach. Appreciate the space. Just make sure you're following me because I'll be always here to support you whenever you need it.
Like I said, some days are good days, some days are bad days. Keep an eye out for your athletes. They might be having a bad day and they might need you to leave them to their own devices. Other days they might be raring to go and they need you to get behind them to maximize their potential. Every day is different. Everybody is different. Don't paint everybody with the same brush.
Are you ready for it?
Hey, welcome back, Christy. Hey, are you okay? No, I'm terrified. It's your first day back in months. That's understandable. Don't worry, I'll look after you. Thanks, coach. I'd really appreciate that. No problem. You just move at your own pace today and get back in with the group. They're going to be delighted to have you back. Yeah, I'm actually very excited to see everyone again. And for the next few sessions, just ease yourself back in. Reduce the reps, the load, the intensity, whatever you need. And continue on with that process until you feel like you're ready to push on. Thanks, coach. You're the best. I'm going to follow you for more support like that.
Something just came to my mind there. Do you know, and like, because of the last 2 videos I've been, hey, how is it, are you okay? That was the question. But you know, if you ask somebody how they are or they're okay, and then they're like, they tell you something, and you're like, oh no, my ankle is at me or something like that. That's because they want you to know and they want you to talk to them. And I've seen too many coaches fob it off. It's like, you're grand, I'll be worrying about it. It's like, you're not being empathetic, you're not being empathic, or whatever the word is, and you're not caring about your people. You're caring about them when you ask for more information. Remember I said ask questions. So the more questions you ask, the more you care. Alright? It's not this lecture or Stage Presence. Can't remember if it's on this one or Stage Presence. But basically, yeah, it's Stage Presence, isn't it? Show you care. Ask questions. Like, if they are saying something to you, they want to talk to you. If they said, yeah, no, I'm grand, they don't want to talk to you, they don't want to tell you anything, fine, leave them alone. But if they give you an answer, then they want to talk to you. So engage, entertain them, listen to them, then be empathetic. Then you can switch to growth mindset if you need to. But sometimes you just got to let them be whatever mood they're in. All right. This is a big one because I've seen this situation where somebody disappears. I've done it myself. I've done this myself back in the early days of somebody disappears for a few weeks and you're like, oh, they're back, welcome back, or blah blah blah, lads, everyone meet the new guy, it's John. And then John's there, fucking dickhead, fuck off, everyone's looking at me now. Like, don't do that. Like, I did that many times. It's not nice. People are scared, terrified coming back to the gym. Like, it's terrifying joining a gym, and then terrifying when you haven't been around a while and then all of a sudden you come back and you're not the same person you were when they last seen you like 6 weeks, 6 months ago. So make people feel welcome. Don't embarrass them. You know, don't call them out in front of everybody. Life can become hectic at times, and some people may end up taking a period from the gym for whatever reason. As coaches, we spend all day, every day in the gym, and it's a very comfortable place for us. But sometimes we need to put ourselves in other people's shoes to realise the gym can be a daunting place, especially for a new person or someone coming back after some time off. welcome them back with open arms. Don't make them feel bad for being away. Don't introduce a long-term member as a newbie. Instead, put your arm around them, let them know you're supporting them through their return and you are there for them for whatever they need. That's a coach, alright?
Hi, I'm new here. Hi. It's my first day. Where do we go? Do I just leave my bag here? Have you guys got a toilet? Everybody go grab an ab mat. An ab mat? And make sure you've all got clips on your bar. Clips? Where are clips? 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 Read the caption and then hit follow for more coaching tips like this.
Alright, read the caption. So first day for anyone doing anything is hard and people can feel very paranoid. But in CrossFit, it can be even more intimidating. So when a new member comes into the gym for the first time, do these few simple but very important things to make them feel at ease and welcome. Greet them by name with a smile and a handshake, a fist bump or a high five, whatever way you usually say hello to people. Show them the gym floor. Show them where to wait. This is where you're going to be working out. Before we start, you can just hang out here. Show them where to get changed, leave their bag. Change rooms are just there if you need to get changed. If you don't, you can just throw your bag over there where everybody else is. That's grand. Show them where the toilet is. If you need to go to the toilet at any stage, just through here. They're unisex, they're gender neutral, they're whatever, male, female, whatever you think, or whatever you have. Tell them where to go. Show them where the equipment they need for the day. Today we got ab mats, barbells, and the rig. You see the barbells are over there, the plates are there, the clips are there, bar rig is there, and your ab mats are over there. Alright, so when I tell you to go get them, you know where they are. Perfect. Introduce them to at least one person while they wait. So if you're in the waiting area and somebody is arriving, introduce them to somebody. Make them feel comfortable, make the other person introduce, and then they can have a conversation. Introduce them to the whole class as a brief. So when you're doing your whiteboard brief, you're doing a class brief at the start, introduce them to everybody. Hey everybody, this is Michael. Michael's on his first day today. Make sure he knows where everything is, make sure he feels welcome, and happy days. Treat them like this and they will stay. Make a great first impression. They'll always remember their first day and the coach that made them feel so welcome. Alright, that's a lasting impression that you're going to make on them, is the coach that introduced them to first class. I remember my first class in pretty much every gym I've gone to, whether it's a drop-in, a trial, or for whatever reason I was in another gym, and I always remember the feeling that I had, whether they welcomed me or whether they didn't. And there's nothing worse than not being welcomed. It's absolutely horrible. I hate that feeling. So don't do it. Welcome your people. Alright?
Christy, well done today. See you tomorrow. No, I don't think I'll be in, coach. No? Oh, how come? It's a partner workout. Don't really like them. Oh man, partner workouts are the best. Why don't you like them? I just always feel like I'm going to hold people back. Don't worry about that. There's always others that feel the exact same way. But I'll know who they are and I'll make the teams. So I'll pair you up with somebody suitable. You sure I'll be okay? Absolutely. And sure, you know how supportive everybody is. Even if you did pair up with somebody who's better than you, you know they're just going to support you through the workout. No one ever feels like they're being let down or held back on team or partner workouts. We're all just happy to be involved together. Okay, thanks coach. I'm going to follow you and I'll see you tomorrow for the partner what?
Treat me on one screen is weird, isn't it? So it's just another one of those things that we have to be understanding of people. Some people just don't like partner workouts, and they don't like partner workouts because they let people down. They feel out of their depth. They're just uncomfortable. They don't have any friends. They don't know who they're going to partner with. It's like all these certain things. So I've mentioned this before, many lectures, all the time. Always you make the pairs. Don't let anybody make their own pairs, but pair friends together. But then it's the people that aren't friends that you're worried about. It's not the people. You're not trying to break up friends. It's you're trying to pair people that are just unsure and lonely or don't have mates. You know what I mean? It's always awkward having to ask somebody to be your partner as well. It's just weird. So nobody should ever feel like that they can't train because of others. As the coach, we should be trying to make everybody feel comfortable and feel like they belong no matter what type of workout it is. Be supportive, encouraging to your athletes, and let them know you have their back. Always have their back. Sometimes all it takes is a quick conversation. Everything comes back to communication, conversations, and relationships. Coaching is a relationship business. Alright, last thing I think it is now. Be a coach, fill their hearts. This is it. Like, you give this endless praise, motivation, encouragement. Believe in them and support them. Like I said it in the last stage present lecture. Tell somebody that you believe in them. It's absolutely massive. Now, if you don't believe in them, don't say it, because you're just being fake then. Like, do you genuinely believe in them? And if you do, say it. Support them. Be their biggest fan. Celebrate the smallest things. Like, people don't understand how big their achievements are some of the time. And we diminish and make everything smaller than it actually is. And you know, as a coach, how big it can be for somebody to get their first handstand, first toaster bar, PR their clean. Somebody could be training for 7 years and hasn't PR their clean in donkeys, and then they do a PR and they don't want to celebrate. You got to be their biggest fan, celebrate for them. Celebrate the smallest things. Talk about big people up all the time. Tell people how great other people are. Tell them how great they are. Talk to them, praise them about every single little thing. You are coaching heels down. Somebody's doing heels down. Praise them, let them know. Well done, great job, heels down. Yes, well done. Come on. You know, get excited about it. Praise them for everything they do right. Get excited for them. Make them feel special. If people are moving well, let them know. Like, make them feel special. There's nothing better than somebody making you feel special. Fill their hearts. Like, if you want to be their coach, you got to fill their hearts. It's the biggest thing. Like, you have to make them feel good about themselves. So I've got some videos. No, don't. Sorry. So fill their hearts. Endless praise, motivation, encouragement. Just keep giving it. Keep giving it. Like, if you're the type of person that is usually like, let's say you're demanding and you're assertive and you're relentless. Are you filling hearts? Because if you're not, you're missing something. So you need to be all of it. Like, you need to be all of it at the same time. It's so hard, but you need to be all of it. And you got to know which people you need to fill hearts, which people you need to be demanding, which people you need to be assertive of. And again, understanding and knowing your people is what it is. It's the key. Okay, having the difficult conversation. So I've mentioned about conversation, communication is key.
How do you deal with rep cutters? Watch this. The workout is 21, 15, 9 of squats, burpees and pull-ups. I'm going to count Christy's reps, see how he's getting on. Okay, he's on the squats. 16, 17. Oh, he's moving off. That's 4 short. Okay, he's on the burpees, still in the set at 21. 17, 18. Oh, okay, there. He's moving off there. That's 3 short on the burpees. Okay, now he's on the pull-ups. 14, 15. Oh, wow. Okay, 6 to go on the pull-ups. He's moved back to the squats. Okay, I'm going to try helping out here. 10, 11. Oh, Christy. You've got 3 more. Come back. Do it. 3 more. Oh, thanks, coach. Okay, you're on the burpees now, Christy. Good man. All right, that's 1, 2. Good, that's keep it. Keep moving. Well done. 14. Last one. All right, 15. Good man. Straight to your pull-ups. Okay, now he's finished the workout. I'm going to go have a chat with him. Come on, Christy. Please, you were struggling with your count today, weren't you? I didn't realise, coach. Thanks for the help. No bother. Here, come here. If you're unsure about your reps, we can always give you strategies to help out in future. Oh, that'd be great, coach. Do you know of any? Plenty. Just hit follow and I'll give you loads of ideas.
Alright, so you see, there was a few things in there that, like, rep cutters, we all know what they're about, we all know who they are, but do they know they're doing it is the first thing. And having conversations, that's a really difficult conversation to have with somebody. So you can use these really subtle strategies first to just see if you can get them to understand. Like, it's like, tell them that, let them know you're counting the reps. Like, you've got 3 left. Oh, have I? Sorry, I thought I was finished. No, you're not. You got 3. Okay, let's go. Do the 3. Perfect. Move on. All right. Then in the next set, it's like you count the reps for them. You stand there and you count it with them. And then they know, oh shit, they've been watching, they've been counting. If they aren't cheating consciously, you just help them through a workout. Then have a conversation afterwards. You have to have that conversation afterwards. So like, it's, yeah, well, like, we got to make sure that we figure out ways to do it. You can use, like, turn a different direction every time. So if you're looking at 30 burpees in a workout, it's like every 5 face a different direction. So you're facing this way for set 1, that way for 2, and you're going to finish facing that way because of 6, all right? You can do that. You can get an abacus. You can get them to move things. You can get a magnet on the rig, get them to move it down a hole every round or everything. You can, like, there's different ways. Reps is different. Reps is hard, rounds is easy. You can get them progressively move up the floor. Every 5 reps, move your kettlebell on or whatever it might be. So there's different ways that you can get them to figure out their reps. But having that conversation at the end is always the important thing. But bear in mind that if you're going to talk to somebody about that, you got to be very careful about how you approach the situation because you don't want to accuse them of being a cheater. All right? So what have I written here? How would you feel if someone called you a cheater? It's such a tough subject to approach. I find taking the angle of maybe they don't know they're cutting reps as a good approach. They could just be really bad at counting and it's completely unintentional. Always give the benefit of the doubt. It is very similar to somebody squatting above parallel all the time. They think they are getting below parallel, but they don't know unless someone tells them. In this situation, I did 3 things. I told Christy he had 3 reps remaining. This meant he knew I was counting, so if it was intentional, he knows that I know. But if it wasn't intentional, he knows I have his back and I was helping him out. I counted his next set, firstly to make sure he got all the reps done, and secondly to help him with his count. And then I also went and had a chat with him after the workout about missing reps and offered him a solution in the future. Alright, so it's important to have these conversations, to be able to have these conversations and to support your athletes through it. Don't always jump the gun, don't always assume the worst. And I've mentioned that about the depth, I've mentioned that about this. There's loads of reasons that people don't do things properly, and we just got to explore that situation. But it all comes down to relationships and being a leader. Okay, be a coach. Round up. Being a coach is hard. We need to strike a balance of being demanding, relentless, assertive with empathic, supportive and encouraging. And that balance is so difficult, especially when you've got a room of 15 people and they're all different. Right? The best way to do it is by building a relationship with your athletes. Communication is the key to it all. Don't shy away from awkward conversations. Always say something, never stay silent. You are the leader. Always remember that. These are the biggest things you got to take away from this, and these are the biggest things you got to start implementing. You got to have the hard conversations. The hard conversations are easier when you got relationships. Start building your relationships. Communication is key. And then coach for everybody as individuals in a group environment. So important. Always say something, never stay silent. You are the leader. All right, homework. If you don't know somebody's name, go ask it. Use the strategy previously mentioned to help you remember. So go after it. If you don't know somebody, go after it. This week, just go after everybody you don't know. In your next class, coach full range of motion, don't let it go. So use that as your points of performance. Use it as your performance points. Use it as your labels. Use it as your focus points. Use it as your broad crossover focus points. Use it as anything you want, but make sure you coach full range of motion and then be relentless on it. Be demanding on it. All right, that's a focus for you on any movement this week. Have a difficult conversation. You know, the one you've been avoiding. Everybody's has a conversation in the back of their mind. You're probably thought of one right now that you've been avoiding, that you know you need to have. Go and have it. Just go and do it. Go and do it. Get to know your athletes more and try and understand them. Show more empathy. So you got to figure out your athletes. You got to know who they are, what makes them tick, what doesn't make them tick. Get to know your athletes big time. Be overly enthusiastic this week and take note of how your athletes react. And then focus on these things for a full week of classes and report back to me with progress. So I want to hear how these things go. I need to know. I need to know how all of this is happening, what's going on in your situations with people. And yeah, I want to be in the loop. So let me know. Okay. That's it. Go be a coach. Go be the best coach you can. Be a constantly varied coach. And yeah, keep me in the loop. Let me know how things are. Thanks.